What is going on, New York Giant fans? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or video drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Also, share this out. If you guys haven't been to one of these videos before for the Roster Bubble, I'll quickly run it down. 5 to 10 minutes long. I take a player that's on the Roster Bubble. I talk about their background. I talk about their competition. I talk about ways they could win a spot on the roster and ways they could lose a spot on the roster as well. So today we're going to get into Dyontae Johnson, but first, we are officially sponsored by SEATGEEK. Yes, you can now get $20 off your online ticket order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. Ball games, concerts, whatever events they offer, you can now get it with our help, a $20 discount code on your entire order with the promo code Big Blue in the Bronx. So Dyontae Johnson is our profile today. 22 years old, rookie out of Toledo, 6'2", 230 pounds. So he played a couple of years at Toledo, specifically 5, which kind of goes to this thing that the New York Giants have with 5-year college players. Tamon Fox was 6, Trenton Thompson was 6 when he was on the roster, and a couple other guys as well. I think Troy Brown also, which we'll get into in another video. He's another guy that has a ton of college experience. But as for Dyontae Johnson's career at Toledo, in his freshman year, 2018, 5 games, 8 tackles. In his sophomore year at Toledo, 2019, 23 tackles in 10 games, a fumble recovery and a pass deflection. Then started getting a little bit more action as we go down. 2020, junior, 6 games, 47 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble. 2021, his other junior year, because you could technically do that with the COVID season, 13 games, 86 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 1 interception for 27 yards, and 4 pass deflections. And then Toledo again, senior year, 14 games, 109 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 3 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, and a forced fumble. So what are his traits? Good IQ when diagnosing plays, takes proper angles to runners and also the football. Good flow in zone coverage, which is solid because the Giants need coverage linebackers, and nice change of direction. The bad parts of him as a player, and also some other things as well. Competition wasn't the greatest. Toledo is a small school. Lack of speed in pursuit, and body tightness, which equates to missed tackles. Now, missed tackles you could take one way or the other, whether that's bad technique or whether that is a part of your frame, whether that is also as well, you're a linebacker on the inside of Mike, so you make 109 tackles, you maybe miss 10 or 11. Blake Martinez, Nick Bolton, there's some other names you could throw out there. But what is his competition looking like? Carter Coughlin, Cam Brown, and Troy Brown. Now, the first 3 linebacker positions seem to be locked up. Micah McFadden, Darian Beavers, and Bobby Okereke. You're going to need guys that fill in either on special teams or as good backups right now. And as of right now, it looks the Giants don't have any guys like that. They don't have guys that you could throw into the game behind Beavers, McFadden, Okereke, and you'll be fine. One of these few guys that we just talked about needs to go in there and step it up, whether it's against the run, covering in the pass game, or just offering value on special teams. Carter Coughlin has been mostly with the 2s. Cam Brown, Troy Brown, and Dyontae Johnson have been with the 3s. So how can he win a spot on the roster? Let his IQ go to work. He's good when diagnosing plays. He also has to execute on them. Stick out well in zone coverage situations. I don't think it's going to be all blitz. I mean, Wink Martindale was sending 7, 8-man blitzes in the preseason last year just to see how players would do under the pressure of one-on-one coverage. Maybe that happens to him, but in zone coverage, which they probably will run some of it, listen, stick out well in zone coverage situations, get your hands on a ball, whether it's a pass deflection, whether it's a forced fumble, whether it's an interception, get your hands on the football. Continue success with angle taking. Jalen Smith was horrible at that, and also be able to absorb blockers. Try to disengage those blocks. Put yourself in position so that other teammates could make plays. Work on tackling technique despite tightness and special teams. I've seen him a lot in kickoff coverage. Punt coverage, he's played some, going back to the days in East Rutherford a few days ago when I was at camp. So special teams is going to be big. I think he's going to be on the opening kickoff team, whether the Giants are returning, they're kicking off. He's going to be a big part of it, and special teams will help you make the team. If you play better than Carter Coughlin or Cam Brown or Troy Brown on specials, but are also good and impactful in the running game and the passing game, just in general on defense, I think that's definitely a good thing in terms of path to making the roster. And I say this all the time. It's not just making this roster, but other rosters around the league. If the Giants don't have enough room for you, they want someone with more experience, they cut you, another team could pick you off waivers and say, hey, listen, you're good on special teams, we're going to take you. How can you lose? Lack of special teams standout. I think that's going to be a big one, knowing that Carter Coughlin and Cam Brown are heavy special teamers. Tackling stiffness remains an issue. Going to be one of the bigger ones. The Giants need solid backup linebackers. And as many look in right now in that room, there's not a ton of experience. There's not a ton of confidence when you look at that back room. An average Giant fan will look at that back room and be like, who are these guys? Can they stop the run? Can they do well in pass coverage? Dyontae Johnson, I almost said Dyontae Johnson because of the receiver on Pittsburgh, but Dyontae Johnson will need to ensure confidence that, hey, listen, I can be that fourth backer for the Giants, whether it's specials or whether it's coverage, run stuffing, just being a capable backer in the back room. But tackling stiffness remains an issue. Angles are off, which I don't see, but maybe the Lions, the Jets, and the Panthers throw different looks in the running game, and he's just off on the angles. And then quiet preseason reel. I think that's going to be one of the tougher ones. As a linebacker, as a capable linebacker, or wanting to be one, whether it's a backup or a starter, trying to make a roster, you need to go out there and make highlight reel plays. I'm not saying get 7 interceptions in 3 games. I'm not saying that. But tackles for loss, that helps. Getting in the backfield on blitzes. I know Wink will challenge these linebackers to do that. Pass coverage, defending a tight end or defending a second-string running back. Those help too, because the Giants need help in those areas. So once again, how can he win? Let his IQ go to work, stick out well in zone, continue success with angle taking, work on tackling technique, special teams coverage. How can he lose? Lack of special teams standouts. Tackling stiffness remains an issue. Angles are off, quiet preseason reel. I don't have him making the roster. I think the Giants need, and I think they will get, an experienced linebacker in their back room. Apparently, Anthony Barr's so-called quote-unquote canceled visit wasn't actually a thing because Darryl Slater ended up deleting the tweet, or maybe he misquoted something Joe Shane said. I don't know, but I think they're going to get an experienced backer back there. And I think if Dyontae Johnson impresses, I don't think he makes a roster. I think he makes a practice squad or another roster. But definitely a talented player. Like, comment, subscribe to all the good stuff. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops or drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later. Stay cool.